Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to the day ninth of this 100 Days of Azure Cloud or maybe 100 Days of Cloud. This is Lakshit Pant from Azure Developer Community and today from Reskill, and today we are going to cover a very important topic that is around network security group, and it's like a quick introduction. I'll tell you a couple of things how you can just configure your networks in Azure. It's like a 15-minute session, and I'll give you a quick introduction about network security group, how they work in Azure, what is the requirement of a network security group. Plus, there are a couple of things, there are a couple of topics I will leave you with, which you have to explore yourself first. It's not like I can't cover all these things in one session, right? So you have to explore all these things on your own. Just I'll just take a 15 minutes of your time, and you have to rest. Everything should needs to be done by you in maybe an hour or maybe 1 hour or maybe 1.5 or 2 hours, right? So maybe just invest your 2 hours today on this network security groups and you are pretty much done. Now when we talk about network security groups, you have to understand a couple of things. First is network, second is security, third is group, right? As we were talking in resource groups and the resources, when we were talking about resource group and resources, similar thing, this is also the same analogy applies here as well. All the networks are grouped together. That's what we call a network security group, right? Now there are some configuration that we can always do. Let's take an example. So suppose there is a, and there are two types of traffic. First is inbound traffic, second is outbound traffic, right? So what is this inbound and outbound things, right? The inbound is what is, so what kind of traffic is going, right? What kind of outbound is what kind of traffic is incoming. Like maybe suppose, how shall I tell you? Just give me 1 second. So I'll give you this resource, right? This will tell you better. Yeah. So when we discuss all, okay, so if someone has joined you, so this is the day 9. If you want to explore it on your own, if you want to explore this 100 days of cloud, you have to go onto the day 1. I have shared a couple of resources there on the GitHub repository. Here is the GitHub repository. What you need to do is just look out for something like maybe something, maybe you just, okay, I just forgot to share the link in the group, right? Just give me a second. Let me put down this link in the group, right? If anyone wants to join, they can join as well, right? Maybe uh, we are started. Today's topic is network security group in Azure. Feel free to join us. Thank you. Yeah, so we were talking about this network security group. Yeah, it's more like a day 10, right? But because one day it was the recap, right? It was the recap. So I don't consider it as a learning because yeah, it's fine, right? It's fine. You can always call it a day 10. Yeah, that's totally your choice. Yeah, perfect. So we were talking about network security groups, and when we talk about network security groups, again, that's what I was talking in a couple of minutes later, that it's the similar thing where we were talking about the resource groups and the resources, that you are coupling all bunch of resources. And what are these resources are individual Azure services, right? And you are just coupling all these individual Azure services together, similar services together, right? And you're just coupling it and you're just making this, and they're just forming a group, right? Same thing applies to the network security groups. You are coupling a couple of networks. You are you have, as you know, when you use Azure or when you use cloud, right, there will be multiple traffics coming in, there will be multiple networks you have to configure, right? So where there is where there is a discussion of networks coming in, you have to couple everything in such an order so that your traffic can be managed. Now what I mean by manage is the same analogy applies here. Suppose there are 4 departments, HR department. So let's talk about something called virtual network, right? Let's understand what is virtual. So I'll talk about this virtual network in some couple, just give me a second. When we when we discuss about this, what we call it, the network security group, right? It's precisely depends on our scalability factor, like what kind of scale we want, right? Now suppose, and why we want network security group, the question comes, right? So just for the distinction purpose, now when I say distinction, what is this distinction? So quickly share my screen. so that I'd be able to tell you more better, right? Maybe, yeah, it's there. So suppose there is an IT department. Okay, there is maybe there is a HR department, and there can be maybe marketing department. There can be one sales department. Okay, so these are kind of four departments that coexist in any organizations, right? Now what if, so for every department, it's if it's like a, for every department we make different network security groups. For every department we make different NSGs. We make different network, not NSGs, we make virtual networks. Right now, what is this virtual network? The virtual network concept is very cool, right? I'll quickly so virtual network is something like when you just, so suppose there are a couple of things, right? When you do a physical setup, everyone is connected through a physical setup, and everyone, and it's more like an I'm really sorry what rubbish I just did. I don't know, right? I told you, right? If anyone everyone is connected in physical manner, that's what, that doesn't matter, that's not the definition of a physical server. Physical network setup is something like, without virtualization of any kind of devices such as servers, databases, employed computers are a part of same physical network. So if the server, database, employee computers are the part of a similar network, not there is no virtualization involved, there are switch, there are routers, like the typical government organization, how those things work, right? If it is something like this, so then you can see, right? So it's more like, see, then there comes the concept of this virtual network. Now this, what can be the virtual network? So you have these different departments, right? Suppose you have assigned this virtual network, maybe VLAN 10, maybe kuch bhi kar lo, like it's not about VLAN 10, it's about anything, right? It's about maybe VLAN 01 virtual network VLAN, and then here is it uses it virtual LAN, maybe 0, 10, 8 or something. So similarly, you have done multiple segmentation. Now why you are doing this? Because the traffic can be managed, the outbound request and incoming request can be managed. There are two things that comes here in the virtual when we talk about this. Next is inbound and outbound traffic. See, what is inbound traffic and what is outbound traffic? When we talk about a traffic coming in outside of a net, outside of the entire virtual network, that is what we call inbound, right? And when we talk about outbound, it's what's going outside, right? Which is coming from a self. Inbound is which not coming from a self. Outbound is more like which is coming to maybe through any kind of HTTPS request, can be RDP, it can be whatnot, right? Maybe अगर कोई HTTPS request करते हो आप वहाँ से google.com से जो traffic google.com पे जो traffic जाता है, right? So those kind of traffics that we call an outbound traffic, right? There are two different things. The outbound, maybe you can just configure always these couple of things, which you inbound is something like by which you can connect your server SSH, you can do whatever things you can do, right? Outbound is something like if you do not allow some kind of traffic to come to your surface, maybe yeah, so if you are not allowing some kind of, maybe if you are making some kind of rule or making some kind of policy that this virtual machine should not accept the request from HTTPS for security reasons, right? So it won't be able to access the, so if there is any website that is accessing HTTPS, the network won't accept those requests, right? It won't divide, it will just divide these traffics. Now there are a couple of things, I'll show you. I had this image, right? I'll quickly show it to you. No, this is not the one. I'm just looking for one picture, right? Yeah, it's a, see, let's understand with this and with this example. So this traffic that is coming in, this internal traffic, these are the inbound ports, this is the outbound port. So this is something, so they you have the virtual machine. So suppose you have different resources right here, right? Maybe you have this maybe you have these virtual machine, this is a database part, this is a virtual machine part, right? So everywhere, if you will just remove this NSG, this NSG, right? It's like कोई भी किसी से भी ट्रैफिक आ सकता है, कहीं पर भी जा सकता है. We are not managing anything. So in order to manage this entire stuff, in order to manage this entire stuff, so that we can make some security principles over there, we put down these NSG requests, NSG here, like network security groups, and like which type of traffic you are accepting, is coming to the server, which type of traffic is coming to the server, and what is the interconnection. So suppose if maybe your virtual machine wants to connect with the database part, only the database part, not with the internet. Your virtual machine can only connect with your maybe or contact with your database part, not with the virtual machine. So you can just make a configuration right over here. So this entire thing is pretty much about the configuration part, right? So what you have to do is, I'll tell you, I have written a couple of things. What you have to do, I have written these couple of topics. Pick one thing, copy this. Explain me subnet with a example of my college. So just give a prompt like this, it will give you a scenario, and then understand all these concepts like this, right? You have to understand like this. Chat GPT ko bolo ki this is the topic that I have to understand, and just give me with an example of some particular, maybe some with give a reference to it, right? What kind of reference you're giving, that is very much important, right? Now, hi Dax, hi Aksha, hi Navid, right? I'm really sorry, I just missed out your chats right now. Now let's quickly configure. Let's go to Azure and let's quickly do this, right? So what you can do, you can always make an, so you can make a new resource group, right? You can make a new, you can make, so this network security groups applies to a resource group. So this can be applied to a particular resource group right now. Or now what I can do, I can always make a resource group here. I already have a resource group, already have a couple of resource group here. I can always make one, right? I'll just go to create, I'll make one, maybe nsg config. I'll just type in nsg config, I'll launch it in ECUS only, I'll review plus create. Okay, and simply create this reverse resource group, right? I'll just do simply create this virtual resource group. Now the second thing, what's the next thing that I will do, right? This has been created here, I'll go to this nsg config, right? I'll go to, so there is no resource right now, I'll go to create. I'm in marketplace now. I'll search for virtual machine, I'll search for virtual machine, I'll click on this, right? I don't know that everywhere is generative. I just don't know why Microsoft want to incorporate the generative everywhere. Yeah. So I'll go to Microsoft. I'll just click on this. I'll click on the virtual machine that I want to create a virtual machine. Now again, हमने virtual machines पहले day 6 या day 5 में पहले already पढ़ लिया. So I won't be explaining all these terms to you. Right? I can just type the virtual machine testing NSGs. Okay. East US availability zones. That's fine. I'll just quickly skip it. Zone one, I'll just simply click. Oh, wait. I have to do one thing. As if got that stuff, right? I have to add the username and password. I just forgot to add those configurations. Yeah, just give me 1 second. Let this think. Basics. Okay, yeah, it's taking the Azure username and those things only. Okay, perfect. It's fine. Let me make a Azure user. Okay. So I have made this confirm. Now I have added this password and everything, right? What I will do, I'll simply create this. I'll simply create this virtual machine. Now you will be in next 2 to 3 minutes. This virtual machine will be created. Then we will configure the NSG part. Right now, what I will do, I'll go to my. I'm just waiting for this to complete. Right, as soon as this completes, we'll go to this. Right now, maybe yeah, it's open here. The deployment is it's in progress. Right, it's in progress right now. Let's see how much time it takes. It will take maybe 5 2 minutes, 5 6 minutes. I should have deployed it using. I should have deployed it using maybe any kind of other, maybe using partial, right? Anyways, it's already deploying all these stuff. You can see this will default. It's by default. It's creating a network resource group, right? एक network NSDO खुद से बना रहा है. Deployment succeeded. I'll go to this virtual machine right now. So if I want to connect through this virtual machine, right? If I want to connect through this virtual machine, I can simply connect, right? So I have been assigned a public IP address over here. Everyone can see this public IP address. So So this is the public IP address I got. Right now, what I will do, I'll just quickly go to the Azure. I'll go to the partial. Right, I'll go to the partial. Okay, no, not partial. I'll use the virtual Azure itself. It will tell me. Just I'll go to this only. Let's try to create here only. Right. I need a bash. Right, and what I will do, so there is this one command that you need to remember, that is sh azure user or whatever your IP is, right? I'll just do sh here. The host name is not sh, and I'll just copy this stuff. Just give me a second. The yes, now it will ask me for password. Right, I'll just quickly write. So the thing is, it won't show you the password, you have to just write it. See, now I'm in the virtual machine. Now I'm in the virtual machine. I'm using the assets now. So earlier I was the so this was the cloud shell. Now I'm in the virtual machine now. Okay, the no, not now. I have to pre-enter the password again. LAKS. Hmm. Just give me 1 second. If I just okay, I just forgot the password. What was the password I did? What was the password? I forgot the password already. It was. Is my caps lock on? There's some problem. So what I will do, I'll do not disturb this. Instead I'll go to some different virtual machine. I'll show it to you from there, that is already running. So I'll go to the prod VM so that if I remember the password here, where is the okay, I haven't assigned any public IP to this virtual machine. Okay, no. Okay, they have to start it first. I have to start the virtual machine first, so that I'll get a public IP. Right now I do not have a public IP here. So as soon as I start, I'll get a public IP. Just let's wait for this machine to start, then we'll get a public IP. So what happens is, uh, let's wait for this to complete. Until then, I can show you how you can just make some network security groups, right? So what you have to do, you can just have to go to these network setting. There are a couple of application security groups and whatnot, right? You can always go to these, or what you can do is you can search for security groups. Just simply search for network security groups. It will be popped out here. Now it will ask you for which virtual machine you want. Suppose it is, maybe it's this one, right? It's testing.nsg, right? If it is this one, right? But whatever what we have given a SSH here. Like we can, okay, there is no rule for outbound. If you want to make it, maybe if you want to create a security network security group, right? So what kind? So these are the default. These are kind of the default, maybe the default rules that you have given already. If you want to bypass these, you have to override everything. There are two things: either you can't delete these. You can see this one, we have created the SSH we have created, but we can't do this. We can't delete this because this has been default created. So if you want to bypass these, you have to create, or maybe what you can do is you have to right now right now it's already given. If I'll just if I what I will do, if I can just always remove, add, deny, priority. These are couple of things, right? I can always add. So right now we have this sh here. If you want to maybe deny it, you can deny it and save it. So that's simple, right? It's that simple now. Okay, I'll just do this. What I will do, I'll create another role, right? I'll create outbound security rule, right? I'll click on add any, it's fine. Destination, I'll choose service tag, right? I'll choose internet. I do not want internet. I so right now maybe, so maybe just wait, allow, add. So it is just creating a security role, right? It's creating the security role. It depends on the, it will create down. This role has been created right over here. Now if I'll try to switch here, I'm just waiting for this to complete. This role has been, okay, the security role has been created. Now let's do the switch right over here. So what I will do, I'll quickly it's it's here. Why it's not coming upwards? Aja bhai, it was not coming upwards, right? I have to, what was my virtual machine? I have to quickly check what was my virtual machine. So I'll go to virtual machine. Okay, I'll go to this prod VM, right? No, this is not the one which we have created. We have created this one, right? Testing and SGs, right? Sorry. So this is the one we have created. So this is the IP. No, no, I do not want to. This is the public IP address. I'll copy this. I'll go to here. Uh, I forgot my password. Hmm. There is why there is some problem. There is some problem with this. So, SSH, Control C, SSH Azure user. Okay, I'll just put down this. Then I will do this. Name of service. Okay, host name Azure not found. Bola. This is asking me host name not found. Okay, let's do one thing. I'll go to the bash. Confirm. Let's try out here. Maybe this would work out. Okay. Got it. Yeah, understood. Right now, if you will see, this virtual machine doesn't have a, this virtual machine doesn't, because we have created one role, right? So I'll tell you, right? I'll tell you this is what I was wanted to show you, right? We have done. Yeah, that's the mistake that I was doing. So I'll quickly show you, because we have created the last role that we have created, right? Last the last policy that we have created, it was because of this, right? I'll show it to you. It was this, right? So what we have done is we have created an outbound security rule where we have this. What I will do, I'll quickly do the, I'll cancel, I'll, okay, I'll just delete, I'll go here, I will delete this internet. Let this doesn't access the internet, right? I'll go to inbound, I'll go to add, and what I can do, I can deny this as well. I can deny add. I can just deny add. I have added a role that there is no SSH required for the port 22. Right now what I will do, if I'll try to SSH here, Azure user, okay, SSH. Now there will be, so there is some problem that is happening with this. So just give me 1 second. I'll quickly, why this is happening. Let's make a new virtual machine, then start this, because right now it's not letting me. I'll go home, I'll go virtual machine, I'll stop both of them, I'll delete both of them, I'll make a fresh virtual machine so that I can start from new. I'll go to delete, I'll go to delete and apply force delete. Delete this, I want to delete this. Okay, this I'm already deleting. Now there is one more that I want to delete. There is this prod vm1. Delete. I'll click on delete. Oh, there is a lock. We have a, so we have logged it, right? Okay, we have logged this prod vm1 yesterday, so we have to stop it. I'll make a new virtual machine, then I'll do this. Yes. I'll go to virtual machine, let this on the background, this let this happen. I'll quickly create here a new VM so that I can just do all this stuff again. New VM. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. No, basics. Mhm. I'm really sorry. I just forgot my virtual machine password. What I did, but I wrote maybe 10 minutes back, maybe 2 minutes back. What I wrote, I just forgot that virtual machine password. So that's why. Uh, okay. Lakshit user. Okay. Let's keep it Azure here. Okay. Let's keep it Azure user and okay SHI09 and thread. Dot SHI09 dot thread. Okay SHI09. Mm-hmm. I'll just simply do create a new. I'll do then what I will do. I'll just simply create this virtual machine. Just because I forgot the password, it was not letting me in. Right now, we will try to log in into this, so that there is no problem comes in. No, no, it's perfect. Let's. Until then, this is happening. Till then, this thing is deploying in the background. right? I'll just tell you one thing. These are the couple of things that you have to that you have to learn today or explore today. These are the couple of important topics that you have to explore today on your own. This is just use something, the method that I told you, right? As scenario, tell me with an example or something like this. It will help you learn a lot, right? Because just try to learn these stuff. Did I got my public IP? Okay. Virtual machine. Okay, it's here. I hope it got the, yeah, it got the public IP copy. I'll go to the terminal as such. Azure user at the rate. Yes. Now, see, this is what I just wanted to show you, right? This is what I just wanted to show you. I forgot my password. I'm really sorry for that. I do usually I do this, right? So now I'm in my virtual machine. So this is the new VM that I am in right now. I'm in my virtual machine. So if you there is this, there are a couple of commands, right? If I what I will do, I'll just go to, there is something called networks, right? I'll show you this. I'll go to network security group, network security group right over here. I'll go to this. I'll go for new VM NSGs, right? I'll go to this. Now, if here we will do ping google.com, you can see it's there's some packets are coming, it's connecting to this particular IP, right? It has been assigned this particular IP, and there is some kind of already in these, this is the request, this is the coming, matlab through this VM can connect to internet right now, matlab ye VM abhi internet se connect kar sakta hai. What if, and if right now what I will do, I'll create a network security group so that it won't let this virtual machine talk to the internet. What I will do, I'll create a outbound security. I'll take create a outbound security rule so that this should not, be able to make it, right. I'll what I will do, I'll go to this service tag, internet custom. Yeah, I'll just make allow or I'll do deny. That's it. And I'll add the particular security rule. I'll just quickly refresh it. Now, when I let's try the command again, does it collects the data packets? Okay, it's still get okay. Okay, we have to create an inbound security rule. My bad. I'll make a here. I'll do this service tags. We have to do the service tags. So all particular IP, you can just make it for TCP, UDP, ICP, whatever, whatever kind of maybe this what we call it, whatever kind of role you want to always create. It is totally depends on you, right? If you, so what is source? Source is like from which IP address. So if you want to give any particular IP address to it, if you want to give your IP address to it, or any application security group IP address to it, you can always do that. You can always do that. So that totally depends. Now I'll just, where is my virtual machine? My virtual machine was here. So what I will do, so this was the VM. So if I'll go to the network tab, right, network settings, and if I'll quickly, so this is the network settings that we did, that we had by default, right? We didn't do anything. So this was the SSH, right? What if I delete this? What if I delete this SSH role? Now the security role has been deleted. Security role has been deleted, right? Now if I'll try to connect through this, maybe not through this. If I'll mm, let's now if I'll try to do SSH, so I have to get my public IP. Where is my public IP? My public IP is here. So this is the public IP. sh Azure user at the rate. Okay, it's still letting me in. Wow, we have deleted the security group, right? We have deleted the security. We have deleted this. Oh, there is this virtual network default. That's why it's not. So what I will do, I'll simply create this. Mm, yeah, here you go. We will create the inbound port rule, and what we will do a couple of things here. Source, let the source be any, right? Let the port ranges. It's fine. We don't require port ranges. In the service, we can keep the. We can do the SSH, right? Service range. Where is SSH? SSH. SSH. The rest, let it be like this. Let it be. Let it be. I'll I'll just refresh this so that it there is the network security group that has been that should create over there. It should create a network security group, right? So we have created this one, right? So now if I will run, okay, here we were. I'll just try to run VM. It's still running. There is the packets coming in. I'll make a network security group and I'll just deny it. I'll create a port rule, inbound port rule, which will deny this. So I'll go to this. Let this be here, right? Mm, then what I will do is I will just choose here the service tag internet. Yeah, so let it be internet, right? So you can always, we have to delete this, you have to do this star, and I'll simply deny this port role, and I'll create this. Now I'll make one more. Okay, this is running from so long. I'll just close this. I'll close this as well. I'll again reopen this. I'll go to my overview section and I'll try to open that. I'll try to open this again using ping command. Uh, Maybe first we have to SSH, right? SSH Azure user at the rate. We are in the this ping. What is happening here? Why it's not disallowing this? I just wanted to this to not connect to internet. Right? The rule has been created. Allow, deny. Let's change the priority to 100. I don't want this. Save. Now if I will again, what is happening here? Custom destination service tag, internet service custom, this asterisk, let it be asterisk. I'll just deny this. I'll add the priority to 100. Deny any custom outbound. This is created here. I'll just quickly refresh this. Not now, please. Yeah, I was here. I'll copy this. I'll copy this. Maybe the public IP that I have. I'll copy this. I'll try to log in into my system. Uh, as such, Azure user at the rate this. Yeah, now you can see the request is not coming. So this is what I was talking about. Now earlier what was happening, it was collecting the packets from google.com. There was this, it was now, right now it's not connecting the google.com. And if we will delete this particular outbound role, so this network setting, we will go and we will delete this particular role that we have created, the outbound role that we have created. So here is the outbound role, right? Here is the outbound role. If I'll just quickly click on this one. So what was happening is, I'll tell you. So there is this something called priority. So it was overriding the priority, right? I just, as soon as I kept the priority thing to 100, it was not allowing it. Now what I will do, I'll delete this. There is no requirement of this in any case. Now if I'll just go to simply, both the outbound roles are deleted. Yeah, the roles are deleted. Now I'll just refresh this, right? I'll go to my user base. I'll do this and I'll do this. Okay, let's start with the fresh way. As such, as your user at the rate this. Now you can see, because we have deleted that role, it is again accepting the request. So this is what it means. So in particular, any kind of group, आपने देखा होगा कई बार, if you work with in any kind of company or any kind of organization, sometimes you can't access any particular website. So this is how they block the website. So if in your school, if in your college, right, if you are working in college, if you are, maybe if you are working in an organization, or you are in your school, right, some websites like instagram.com, these.com, so these are blocked. So what they do is, for that particular wi-fi, so for that particular wi-fi, they create a rule, they create a policy that this should not connect to wi-fi. So whatever request is going there, it just blocking everything. There is nothing going there, मतलब वो request भेजता ही नहीं server को exactly, right? So if you try to maybe log in through your system, it won't allow you, right? You can only perform a certain task on your system, right? So this is what it means, and this is all about the network security groups. You can make inbound ports, you can make outbound ports, you can make a level of maybe what kind of, so let's understand the infrastructure, how this works. There can be role based access controls where you are giving a particular role to particular person. Now what this particular person can make, create, delete, you can do define all these things, right? Then there is something above it, which we have discussed yesterday, that is about policy. Now what does the policy do? You can create a policy that this person can
only do this particular task. What I mean by this particular task, he can't create a VM, he can't create a database, she can't create a whatever service. They both can't create something, or maybe delete something, or maybe those policies you can create. This is the structure that one have to follow. Now there is one last thing, that is then there comes the concept of this NSG, network security groups, where that person is only limited to one resource. He will only be limited to this particular virtual machine only. He can't create a new one, he can't do anything. But through this virtual machine, what she can access, this is also you are limiting. So this is the level of the security that you are maintaining, so that everything should be in place and structured, well structured, everything in place, right? So this is how you typically maybe discuss about the, maybe I'll just delete all these things that I do not want, right? So this is how typically the concept really works. First, this is the RBAC. Then there comes this. First, we have discussed about the RBC. Then we have these logs, right? Then we have these policies. Then we have this network security groups right now. Okay. So this is pretty much. I'll just write. So it's hardly like. So there are a couple of things that you have to understand in this thing. There is this. These are the four things that you have to understand. These are the four terms. What is network? What is onboard and inbound traffic? What is subnet? What is DNS? What is IP address? What is virtual network? These are the couple of things that you have to explore on your own, and that's it for today. That's it for today. If anyone has any Hi Tejas, if anyone has any question, just let me know. Otherwise, we are done for today. And so these are the couple of things that you have to maybe explore today. It's more about network, inbound, outbound traffic, subnet, DNS, IP address, virtual network. What are these couple of things? Ask ChatGPT, what does this tell me with a real-time industry scenario? It will tell you with a real-time industry scenario. Tell it that you want to implement something in your college, right? So if someone you want to implement it in your college, if I what we have covered today, I'll just quickly do a recap. So you can just simply go to network settings, right? Simply go to network settings. You can create inbound roles and outbound roles here. How you can create? Click on it. There are multiple roles defined right over there. Create a port role. If you want to create outbound role, go to outbound role, right? If you want a particular port, so right now it's particular port range. If you want it for to apply for all ports, just type star here. Destination you have to define service text. I'll just type service text. So what internet, virtual network, load balancer, where I just want internet, right? TCP, UDP, action, deny. What kind of action? I'll just simply do action. Also, there is one more thing you have to learn today, that is protocol. What is protocol? There are HTTP protocol, HTTPS protocol. Emailing things uses SMTP protocol and all these things, right? Tejas, can you just quickly check your email because the passes has been rolled out already. The passes has been rolled out already. Can you just quickly check your email? It will be from my lakshit@reskill.com. I have rolled out the passes yesterday only. Yeah. So if you have registered, maybe after when I have rolled out the passes around 3 p.m. or no, around 6 8 p.m. right? Around 6 8 p.m. I have rolled out the passes. So if you have registered after 6 8 p.m., I'm really sorry. The passes has been rolled out, and even the final list has been sent to Microsoft. So thank you everyone for joining in. This is it for today, right? And there are a couple of things we will cover next time, and it will be these things include maybe what are, let me just quickly go through this GitHub repository. It was about virtual networks. We'll go a little bit. Okay, there is very important terms coming, that is virtual network peering and Azure virtual networks. Will definitely everyone got it. They just I'm everyone got it, man. If they have registered, they have got it, right? Have rolled out the passes to 186 folks, right? I've rolled out the passes myself for the Bangalore one. I know, I remember, still I remember. I've rolled out the passes. Can you just tell me your email? What's your Just text me on WhatsApp if you have my WhatsApp number. You do have my WhatsApp number, right? Just text me an email. I'll see what is the problem with your name. I have already rolled out the passes. I've rolled out the passes to maybe roughly around 186 folks. No one could. Everyone who have registered got the pass. Everyone, every single guy who have registered for Bangalore, because Bangalore have a great capacity, right? Noida passes has been already rolled out. Noida has a limited capacity of 80, so we can't accommodate more than that. So there is only limited pass. That we have only 80 folks there. Then Gurgaon, we have a couple of folks. So if anyone left, so I'll roll out a few passes more for Gurgaon. So if you have registered today as well, sometimes maybe just try to register. If you haven't registered for the Gurgaon meetup, just register for it in next 10 minutes. I'll roll out the pass in next 10 minutes, right? Yeah, so that's it for today, folks. It's all about network, virtual networks, NSGs, how to make port, how to make some rules and everything. You will get a transcript. Pretty, don't worry. You will get a transcript. There are more than lakhs of people doing it, right? Lakhs of people doing it. So Microsoft, yeah, it's not something like that. They will roll out. You will get a certificate, right? Don't worry about certificate. Certificate you will get. And if any point of time, right, you feel any query, any issue about these certificates and everything from Microsoft side, right, just try speaking to the chat net, these Microsoft chat folks. They will, yeah, that's the thing, right? I know everyone got the pass. I myself, I have rolled out the passes, man. That's the thing. See why it's going in spam. I'll tell you, because it has lots of links. That's why I went on spam. Also, I am, yeah, links is the only thing. So if any email has lots of links, right, it goes in the spam. It goes directly in the spam. That's why it landed in the spam. But yeah, just look out for these things. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. So there is one guy who will join today, Saurav Raghuvanshi. Do not forget to meet Saurav there. He's a very nice guy. He'll be taking a session as well. He's the Azure developer lead. Make sure you meet Saurav Raghuvanshi and give a heads up to me to Saurav, right? So thank you everyone for joining in. Have a nice day and bye bye. Thank you everyone. Bye.